Now, here's the crazy part. Now, this hasn't come out in the interview yet. I tweeted about it, then I took it down just to kind of take away some of the surprise around it. But the crazy part is, leading up to the trial, they went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They finally got down to a 10-year plea deal. Now, Govan has an autistic son that told him, Dad, I want you to take this deal. At least you'll come home at some point, right? So Govan actually signed the 10-year deal. The prosecutors brought the deal back to Young Dolph's family, and the family said, no, we don't like this. So the deal was taken off the table, only for it to go to trial and him winning the case.
That's a God blessing, man. That ain't nothing but God for him, man. He should take advantage and run. 10 years you had, and then you was facing life, like life without the possibility of parole. Yeah, the average person would have took that 10.
Right. Even if you didn't do it, take the 10. At least you're guaranteed to come home. You got some good behavior. You got some time served, et cetera, et cetera. You're going to be, in the feds. Well, no, actually, you're going to be in the state. Yeah, it might be a little bad for you in the state. But still, I mean, this is a prison guy. He's done 5-year bids. He's been shot 7 times. Like, he's used to this type.
Yeah, he looked like he a rough cookie. He looked like he used to it. I seen after the fact, after your video, I seen him online, and I'm like, yeah, he just be humble, though,
Oh, yeah. No, during the interview, he wanted to put on this different shirt because, one of his friends was locked up. So he took off his shirt. He had all types of scars on his chest, like big, huge gashes and scars. Like, he was rough looking, man. Like, I felt sorry for him.
So what's next for him? Does he have an exit plan? Because we know the killers are coming fly on the plane now. So,
yeah, like if you watch the end of the interview, I talk about him moving out of Memphis, and he's like, "Yeah, I have plans to do it, but I gotta, I got family here. I'm trying to do it, but I'm not sure when I'm going to do it." And I'm like, "Man, you need to do it right now," because I've had way too many conversations with people in a similar situation that said, "No, I'm good." He literally said, "I know how to move." I said, "I've heard these exact words." I think Duck said that.
Yeah, that's their favorite word.
I know how to move. I know how to move.
Julio Fulio, you told. He said he know how to move.
Yeah, you may know how to move, but you don't know how other people are moving. That's the problem.
That's true.
That's the problem. You don't know who's who. You don't know who your enemies are. Plus, you got a bunch of, crazy Young Dolph fans that, might just take the law into their own hands, like not even knowing really the whole story.
Yeah, you got to know the whole story, man. That's one thing about it. You might kill somebody and it wasn't even that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, we talked about the whole start of the Young Dolph, Gotti beef. And from what he said, it was over Gotti wanted to sign Dolph and Dolph didn't want to sign. And that created a whole level of friction. But that just seems to be a stupid reason for this much bloodshed.
Yeah, to get your car unloaded on and everything, multiple shootings. Yeah, I seen when he said that, when he had said that he knew Dolph. And then it kind of threw me off. Like, it seemed like he know Dolph more than he know Gotti now.
Yeah, he said he's never actually met Yo Gotti, but he did know Juke for a long time. And, people are saying he's lying. I mean, not necessarily. Just because you know someone's brother don't mean you're going to get introduced to the head guy. I mean, Gotti's a big deal.
Yeah, Gotti don't want to be around nobody like that, man. I'm pretty sure he glad that he didn't talk to those guys, because he would have been in the mix with them.
Yeah, man, the whole thing is a mess, man. Like, you got Dolph dead, Juke dead, a bunch of other shootings happen, a bunch of people going to prison, doing life. Like I said, like I went through the whole interview with Govan, and I was able to ask anything I wanted. And I brought up all the rumors, and it's like, oh, I heard that Gotti paid for your legal defense. Not true. The lawyer came in and said, no, I did it on my own. So you have all this information, and I picked away at it. There was the whole meeting that happened with, the 2 killers and so forth, like a couple of weeks before, how they're saying that Dolph had a hit on Gotti and so forth. I don't know, man. I just didn't see how this would fit together with this guy being in the middle. In fact, like a couple months before he went to trial, me and him were talking about doing the interview because he was like, yeah, they're going to drop the charges. Like any day now, they're going to drop the charges. I'll be able to do this interview. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm ready when you are. And then boom, then it looked like he was going to trial. So then he couldn't talk anymore. So he was really confident that he wasn't involved in this. Like I said, he was talking to me pretty openly, you know, and you're sitting there potentially taking the risk that, you know, I'm not a dependable person. I'm going to go and share this information, which I never did. But it's like he was very confident that he was going to, you know, be let off. I kept my mouth shut the whole time. And ultimately it worked out by doing the interview at the end. But yeah, man, it just doesn't seem like he had anything to do with it. And honestly, I don't think that they would bring in a guy like this to be involved in something this serious.
Yeah, it was serious. And I know guys like that who got accused or blamed by somebody try to throw them under the bus in Govan's situation. So I done seen the situation before where a killer try to throw the weed man. Oh, he hired us, you know, and the weed man like, man, I just served them, man. I ain't got nothing to do with it. And it's just like Govan case. But I hope he just tighten up, man, because it's a lot of people that really want to see him gone, man.